Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into the .NET universe. We're going to explore this incredible ecosystem where just one language, C#, can be the key to building pretty much anything you can dream up.
But hold on a second. That brings up a really interesting question, doesn't it? I mean, how can one single language possibly be the right tool for building apps that seem like they're from completely different worlds?
For example, how can you use it to build a slick, interactive website? Say, a pizza ordering app that just works right there in your web browser?
And then, with that same language, turn around and build a totally native mobile app, something that feels right at home on your iPhone or Android?
Well, the secret isn't just about the language. It's about the entire unified platform that it's a part of. It's a whole toolbox for developers. All right, let's dive in and see exactly how all these pieces fit together.
So at the very heart of this whole .NET universe, there's one language that powers it all, C#. Think of it as a modern workhorse, known for being both powerful and really clear to write.
You know, C# is so much more than just code. It's a modern, object-oriented language that's designed from the ground up to create secure and really solid applications. And that key feature, TypeSafe, that's not just about catching bugs early. It's about being able to change your code down the line with confidence without worrying that you're going to break everything. And for any serious project, that's absolutely crucial.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about the web. In the .NET world, you can use C# to build fully interactive websites and user interfaces with a framework called Blazor.
What this means for anyone writing the code is that you get into this really fast rhythm. You just pick a template, you write your UI components using C#, and you hit run. It's a super smooth process that gets rid of the friction and just lets you build. Okay, now this is where things get really cool. This isn't just some logic running on a server. This is C# directly defining a piece of the user interface. This pizza list component, it takes in data like a title and a list of pizzas, and it's all handled right here in pure C#.
And that C# code, that class we just saw, is what turns into a living, breathing, interactive list on the web page. For a developer, the big win here is huge. You get to stay in one language, one way of thinking, instead of constantly jumping back and forth between C# and JavaScript just to build a modern front end.
So that's the web. But what about mobile? How do we take those exact same C# skills and use them to build a native app for a phone? Well, that's where a framework called .NET MAUI comes into play, which grew out of Xamarin Forms.
Now, on mobile, the game plan is pretty similar, but the way you write the UI looks a little different. This right here is XAML, which is basically an XML-based language for designing user interfaces. You're declaratively saying what you want, like this vertical stack of controls, while all the logic, all the how, is powered by your C# code in the background.
And this comparison just nails the point home. On the left, for the web, you're mixing HTML and C# with Blazor. On the right, for mobile, you're using XAML with MAUI. See? The specific tags are different, an H1 versus a label, but the idea, it's exactly the same. You describe the UI you want and you power it all with C#.
So building UIs for different platforms is one thing, but the real magic, the secret sauce that makes this whole thing work so well is all the stuff you can share underneath the UI. This is what we're calling the shared playbook.
Let's talk about a C# superpower called LINQ. It's this beautiful syntax for filtering and sorting through data. But the amazing part is, this exact line of code to find names with 4 or more letters works the same way whether you're sifting through a small list on your phone or querying a gigantic database in the cloud. You write the query once.
And then there's async and await. You know when an app just freezes while it's loading something from the internet? Well, these two little keywords are the cure for that. They make your app stay responsive. And whether you're fetching data in a web app or a mobile app, the code looks exactly the same. Simple, clean, and fast.
And let's be clear, this isn't just for hobby projects or simple apps. The .NET ecosystem is built for the big leagues. It's mature and packed with all the features you need for building large-scale, professional applications.
I mean, this is what separates a toy from a real tool. You get all the serious, enterprise-level stuff right out of the box. You've got dependency injection for building clean, testable apps. You've got top-notch security for logging in users and checking permissions. There's fantastic support for unit testing, managing app state, and building powerful APIs.
It's all there. And the best part? Doing things the right way is actually the easy way. Look at this. Need to set up a service that your whole app can use? It's one line of code. Want to lock down an API so only admins can access it? Just add this little authorize tag right on top. Need to test your code? The tools make it super straightforward. The platform just guides you toward building better software.
So when you step back and look at the whole picture, you really start to see the power of having a single, unified platform. It's a vision for a future where developers can just get more done.
So, what's the bottom line here? It's pretty simple. You've got one language, C#, for everything. Your skills, like working with data or handling background tasks, they work everywhere. You can build for the web, for mobile, for cloud services, you name it, all from one place. And all of that adds up to a huge boost in productivity because you're using one familiar toolbox for everything.
And that really leads to the most important question. The whole point of a unified platform like this is to let you focus more on what you're creating and less on fighting with the tools. So, with a single toolbox this powerful, the only question left is, what are you going to build next? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.